Facts Only Test Prep.
Welcome to Facts Only Test Prep. We're called Facts Only because we give you everything you need and nothing you don't when it comes to the SAT. So please enjoy the next video.
Writing systems of equations.
We've got a couple different videos on systems of equations. They're a huge part of the SAT. Today's video is about how to write systems of equations given a story problem, essentially. And these are not difficult. I'm sure that you've seen them at some point or other during your academic career, but I wanted to take a moment and break these down so that there's absolutely no question about how to tackle them when you do take your own SAT. These should feel like free points going forward. You're going to need Test 1, Section 4, number 19, Test 2, Section 4, number 34, and Test 3, Section 3, number 19 in order to continue with me. So pause the video, go to factsonlytestprep.com, click on the links to those tests if you need them. Let's get started. This is Test 1, Section 4, number 19. A food truck sells salads for $6.50 each and drinks for $2 each. The food truck's revenue from selling a total of 209 salads and drinks in one day was $836.50. How many salads were sold that day? The key to doing these right is to make one equation all about one form of measurement and the other equation all about another form of measurement. For example, I'm going to put all of the money on my top line here. I'm going to write that 650, and I'm going to use an S for salads. This isn't a 5. There's my S. Boy, that looks like a 5. It's an S, trust me. 650S plus 2, I'm not going to write 200, but $2 for each drink equals $836.50. And again, our $2 is $2 for each drink, and our $650 is $650 for each salad. All right, so that's the money line. Now we have a quantity line. We don't know how many salads were sold. We don't know how many drinks were sold. So some number of salads, that's S, plus some number of drinks, that's D, equals 209 total. So we have a quantity line, we have a dollar line. But now I have a system of equations and I can solve. You can use substitution, you can use elimination. I think substitution actually works pretty well right here. Let's substitute where we isolate D because we've got 2D right here, and that's an easy number to work with. So we're going to say that D equals 209 minus S. And then I'm going to change colors just to clear things up a little bit. Let's say that 6.50 S plus 2. And then everywhere that I have D, I'm going to now put 209 minus S. 2 times 209 minus S equals 836.50. And now I'm solving in one variable. I'm solving for S. So this is 6.50 S plus 2 times 209 is 418 minus 2S equals 836.5. And then we simplify a little further. We have 4.5S plus 418 equals 836.5. I'm going to subtract 418 from both sides. And I'm just doing algebra at this point. This is Not a very exciting prospect. I'm going to move up into the corner. I'm going to change colors to blue just so that we can operate in this space. We've now got 4.5 S equals 418.5, and we are going to divide both sides by 4.5, and this is going to give us our number of salads. We are not solving for our number of drinks because we're solving for the number of salads. If we needed the number of drinks, then we could find that by plugging in the value that we found for salads and subtracting from 209. Here we don't need to do that. 418 divided by 4.5. If you use a calculator, you will see that S equals 93. And so B is the answer. Again, we could have solved for drinks the exact same way, and we would have seen that D equals, I think it's 116, and we would have just subtracted from 209. As it is here, S equals 95. Let's do another one. This is test 2, section 4, number 34. Doug and Laura spent a combined 250 hours in the tutoring lab. Doug spent 40 more hours than Laura did. How many hours did Laura spend in the lab? All right, so here we don't have, money and quantity to deal with, but we do have Doug and Laura as a total, and then the amount of time that Doug spent in relation to Laura. So this is going to make substitution really easy. I think I can do this all in one color. D plus L equals 250. That means that Doug's hours plus Laura's hours add up to a combined 250 total hours in the lab. That's what's being said right here. Doug spent 40 more hours in the lab than Laura did. So that means that if we take the number of hours that Laura worked and added 40 to it, we would have the number of hours that Doug worked. Students get confused by that sometimes. They sometimes want to assign the number, the extra number, to the larger value, right? We know that Doug worked more, and students think, yeah, that's more. Doug is 40 more. Think of it this way. We have to add 40 to Laura's total to balance out with the number of hours that Doug worked. So it's Laura plus 40 equals Doug. Now that we know that L plus 40 equals D, then we can put L plus 40 anywhere that we see the letter D. So rewriting this, I will switch colors, I guess. We'll say that L plus 40, that's the D value, that's Doug, plus L equals 250. And now I'm just going to simplify. This is 2L plus 40 equals 250. We subtract 40 from both sides. Oh, this is going to be easy. 210 equals 2L. Divide both sides by 2. L equals 105. They're asking us for how many hours Laura spent in the lab. So we're done. We don't need to solve for Doug. If we had to, we would put 105 back into one of these equations, and we would see that Doug had spent, 145 hours in the lab. And that actually checks out, doesn't it? 145 is 40 more than 105, and the two values add up to 105. This is the free response section, so you would actually have to bubble in the numbers 105. You wouldn't have to bubble in L equals, just 105, and you'd get it right. Let's do one more. This is test 3, section 3, number 19. And these are always about food. It's so much fun. It makes you hungry. At a lunch stand, each hamburger has 50 more calories than each order of fries. if 2 hamburgers and 3 orders of fries have a total of 1,700 calories, how many calories does a hamburger have? All right, so again, we're going to put hamburgers and fries, or the calories from each, in relation to each other. So we know that a hamburger has 50 more calories than an order of fries. So if we have hamburgers all by themselves, hamburgers are equal, or the number of calories in a hamburger is equal to the number of calories in an order of fries plus 50, right? Remember, the smaller quantity gets the number in order to balance the equation. We also know that 2 hamburgers plus 3 orders of fries will equal 1,700 calories. In this case, we're going to substitute again. Look at how easy it is to take F plus 50 and put that in place of H anywhere that we see H. We're now going to rewrite this as 2 times F plus 50 plus 3F equals 1,700. I'm just doing algebra, folks. 2F plus 100 plus 3F equals 1,700. 5F, combining like terms, plus 100 equals 1,700. Let's switch colors while I do some algebra. Minus 100, minus 100. I'm going to move it up here. 5. My 5s look just like S's. This is, well, we're out of S land, so that's fine. 5F equals 1,700 minus 100 is 1,600. In this case, this is the no calculator section. This is a section 3. You would have to do the long division and see how many times 5 goes into 1,600. Think of it this way. 5 goes into 1,500 3 times, and 5 goes into 100 20 times. So 5 into 1,600 is 320. That's not what they're asking us for. So they set us up that it's very easy for us to solve for F, and a lot of people will answer 320. Notice, though, that that is the number of calories in an order of fries. We have to put 320 into one of our equations and then solve for the number of calories in a hamburger. Remember that the number of calories in a hamburger is equal to the number of calories in an order of fries plus 50. So we are going to say that 320 plus 50 equals 370 calories. Again, this is free response. Bubble in 370, and you're going to get these points too. Good luck, everybody.
Wait, Corey. Now on the one that is Doug and Laura, it's 250 hours in the lab. Doug spent 40 more than Laura.
Yes.
250 minus 40 is 210.
Correct.
Divide that in half between Doug and Laura and you get 105.
Yes.
I did 2 mathematical calculations there instead of a whole equation.
Yeah.
Why do we do the equation?
Shortcuts present themselves at times, and that's great. If you see them, use them. You can check your answer by putting those values in and making sure that they validate your calculations. But it's not a consistent way to approach these kinds of questions. So if you see a shortcut, great. Try it, double check your work, and maybe you bank some time. That'd be a really nice deal for you. But using this process of writing a system of equations each time, usually the story problems will be a substitution, and it's not crazy math, and you won't need to explain it to an audience. So when you're there doing the SAT, you'll probably do this much more quickly. So if you see that shortcut, take it and get the points. But if not, otherwise, just do the system of equations. Now I mean it. Good luck. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure that you like us and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll get information on the new videos as soon as they're available. It helps us a lot. Also, visit us at factsonlytestprep.com. That's where you'll find links to the tests that I use in my lessons, along with some other resources that we prepared for you. Thanks and good luck.